Hey there, coin hunters. Did you know a single penny could change your life? Yep, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a little copper beauty that could be worth millions. Now, before you go flipping over your couch cushions or raiding grandma's coin jar, stick with me. We're about to dive into why this seemingly ordinary penny is the rock star of the coin world, how to tell if you've got one, and what makes it so valuable. Oh, and spoiler alert, you might just have one sitting in your pocket right now. Alright, let's break it down. First up, what makes this 1967 Lincoln penny so special? Well, here's the deal. Back in 1967, the US Mint was experimenting with how to produce coins more efficiently. They decided to skip putting a mint mark on pennies to reduce production complications. Normally, a mint mark tells you where a coin was made, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Without it, collectors started paying attention, but wait, there's more. Not all 1967 pennies are created equal. The $1 million ones? They're the ones in pristine condition, graded as MS 67 or higher. If you're wondering what MS means, it stands for mint state, which is basically a fancy way of saying, this penny looks like it's never been touched by human hands. If yours looks like it's been through a parking lot brawl, don't toss it. It could still fetch a decent price from collectors. Now, here's where things get really fun. Some of these pennies also have unique errors, like double dies or off-center strikes. Errors are like the coin world's version of a factory misprint, and collectors go nuts for them. Imagine finding one of those pennies and realizing it's worth more than your car. Wild, right? Let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was helping a friend sort through an old box of coins. We found this dull-looking penny, and I almost dismissed it as pocket change. But something about it caught my eye. It had a slightly raised edge, almost like a minting error. Long story short, we sent it off for grading, and guess what? It sold for $3,000. Not exactly $1 million, but hey, that's not bad for a coin we almost threw in a tip jar. So, how do you know if your 1967 penny is the jackpot? First, grab a magnifying glass or even just your phone's camera and check the details. Look for sharp features on Lincoln's portrait and clear lettering. No scratches, no dings. If it's in amazing condition, it's time to get it professionally graded. You can send your coin to companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. They'll evaluate it, give it a grade, and seal it in a protective case. If it comes back with a top grade, congratulations, you're holding a potential goldmine, and hey, if you don't have one, don't feel bad. Keep an eye out at yard sales, thrift stores, or even your local bank. People accidentally give away valuable coins all the time. One person's penny is another person's payday, so, there you have it, the fascinating world of the 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Who knew a tiny piece of copper could hold so much value? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always check your change. You never know what hidden treasures might be waiting, and here's the deal. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or even just a little bit funny, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be sharing more tips and strategies to help you uncover valuable coins and maybe even make a fortune. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. You're digging through your old coin jar, looking for some spare change for coffee, and bam, you stumble across a penny worth $1 million. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're talking about the 1969 D. Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, this tiny piece of copper could be the jackpot you've been sitting on all along. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just be inspired to raid your couch cushions or your grandma's coin stash. First off, what makes the 1969 D. Lincoln penny so special? It's not just any old penny. This coin is a rare gem thanks to some unique features and, of course, its scarcity. But let's break it down. The D on this penny stands for Denver, as in the Denver Mint, where it was produced. Now, here's where it gets spicy. The coins you're looking for are known for their doubling effect. This isn't a magic trick or a glitch in the matrix, it's called a double die. Basically, during the minting process, the die strikes the coin multiple times, creating this funky, double vision effect on the date and the lettering. So, if you've got a penny with a little extra personality, it's time to pay attention. Now, the million-dollar question, literally. How much can you make from one of these beauties? Well, recent auctions have seen the 1969D double die penny sell for anywhere from $50,000 to over $1 million. Yes, you heard me right, $1 million for a penny. Let that sink in for a moment. That's the kind of story you'd brag about at every family gathering for the rest of your life. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I found an old penny in my car's cup holder. It was dirty, scratched up, and looked like it had been through a few world wars. But for a second, I thought it might be one of these rare coins. I got so excited, I actually called a coin appraiser. Spoiler alert, it wasn't a 1969D penny. But the thrill of possibly holding a fortune in my hand? Priceless. And hey, it gave me a great story for this video, right? Okay, so what should you be looking for? Grab a magnifying glass and check the date, 1969. Then, look closely for any doubling on the numbers and letters. The "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" are good places to start. If you're still not sure, take it to a coin expert. Or, if you want to DIY it, there are some great coin identifying apps out there. Let's talk about the market for a second. Rare coins like this are in high demand, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. Think of it like this: finding a 1969D penny is like hitting the lottery, but instead of buying a ticket, you just have to check your change. So there you have it, folks. The 1969D Abraham Lincoln penny is more than just a piece of copper, it's a potential goldmine hiding in plain sight. Who knew that something so small could be worth so much? Now, before you go flipping over every penny in your house, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This channel is packed with tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could change your life. You don't want to miss out. Did you know you might be carrying a fortune right in your pocket change? That's right. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1970D Abraham Lincoln penny, a humble little coin that's making millionaires out of everyday folks. Yes, you heard me right, millionaires. If you've got one of these bad boys sitting in a jar somewhere, you might want to stick around. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this penny so valuable and how you can cash in. So, what's the deal with the 1970D Lincoln penny? Let's break it down. First off, the D stands for Denver, where this coin was minted. Now, most 1970D pennies are worth a penny. Big shocker, I know. But, and this is a big but, there are a few rare ones out there that have a little oops in their design, a minting error that makes them insanely valuable. Imagine finding a mistake at work and instead of getting in trouble, you become a millionaire. Talk about goals. Now, here's the juicy part. The most famous error on the 1970D penny is called a double die. This happens when the design is stamped twice on the coin, creating a sort of shadow effect. The letters and numbers, especially the date, 1970, look like they're doing a little cha-cha. This isn't something you'd notice at a quick glance, so grab a magnifying glass or zoom in with your phone camera. Trust me, you'll feel like a detective, and it's oddly satisfying. Okay, story time. A few years ago, I was helping a friend sort through a massive jar of coins. You know the kind, the jar that's so heavy you need a gym membership just to lift it. We're sitting there, knee-deep in pennies, and my friend suddenly goes, "Wait, does this look weird to you?" It was a 1970D penny with, you guessed it, a double die. Long story short, after a little research and a lot of excitement, they ended up selling it for a cool $35,000. Not quite $1 million, but hey, not bad for a day of coin sorting, right? Now back to our millionaire pennies. Why are collectors willing to pay so much? It's all about rarity and condition. If you've got a double-die penny that's in near-perfect condition, known as mint state, the value skyrockets. We're talking auction prices that hit the seven-figure mark. Imagine trading a penny for a Lamborghini. Wild, right? So, how do you find out if your penny is the golden ticket? Start by checking the date and mint mark. 1970D is the magic combo. Then, inspect it closely for doubling on the date, the letters, Liberty, or the words, In God We Trust. If you think you've got one, get it verified by a professional coin grader. Trust me, this isn't the time to DIY. So there you have it, folks. That little 1970D penny you've been ignoring might just be your ticket to a life-changing payday. Who knew treasure hunting could be as easy as checking your spare change? Before you head off to dig through your couch cushions, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more tips and tricks on how to turn your coins into cash, because let's face it, we all want to retire rich, right? Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're going to start searching now. Until next time, happy hunting and may your pennies be priceless. Penny that could change your life, not just any penny, but a 1989 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Yes, you heard that right. This little coin has the potential to be worth millions of dollars. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? Well, today, we're diving into why this penny is so special, how to spot one, and most importantly, how it could turn your spare change into life-changing cash. Stick around, because this could be the most valuable 10 minutes you've ever spent. First things first, why are we talking about a penny from 1989? Most pennies from that year are, let's face it, pretty boring. But here's the twist, a no-mint mark Lincoln penny from 1989 could be a jackpot. Normally, pennies have a little letter under the date, a P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or an S for San Francisco. But if your 1989 penny doesn't have a mint mark, you might be holding a hidden gem. Why is the no mint mark penny so valuable? It's all about rarity and error. Coins without mint marks were usually minted in Philadelphia, but this one is a rare exception. Experts believe that some of these pennies were mistakenly struck without the mint mark, making them incredibly rare. And we all know what rarity does to value. Cha-ching. Now, let's talk numbers. Recently, one of these pennies sold at auction for over $1 million. Yep, a single penny. Imagine paying for a soda with a coin like that and realizing later you gave away a fortune. Trust me, that's a mistake you don't want to make. So, how do you know if you have this golden, copper ticket? Grab a magnifying glass and take a close look at your 1989 pennies. Check for that missing mint mark. Also, inspect the coin's condition. A flawless penny with no scratches or wear, what collectors call mint state, is where the big bucks come in. Let me tell you a quick story. Last year, I was cleaning out an old jar of coins from my grandparents. You know, the kind where you're just hoping to find a couple of quarters for the vending machine. Well, lo and behold, I found a 1989 penny that looked different. My heart skipped a beat. Could this be it? I rushed to check it out under better light. Sadly, it wasn't the $1 million jackpot, but it was worth $20. Not bad for a penny, right? The thrill of the hunt was priceless, though. And that's the fun of it, you never know what's hiding in plain sight. Now, before you start raiding your piggy banks and couch cushions, let me drop a little humor here. Just don't go stealing pennies from the tip jar at your favorite coffee shop. Those baristas work hard, and karma's real, my friends. Alright, let's recap. A 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth millions due to its rarity and error. To find one, check your coins carefully for that missing mint mark in good condition. Who knows, you could be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. If this video got you curious about coins and how they can make you money, hit that subscribe button. I share tips and tricks on spotting valuable coins, how to sell them, and stories that'll keep you inspired to keep hunting. Don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who could use a little extra luck. Let's turn your change into big change. But not just any penny. This one is from 1991, has no mint mark, and it could be worth, wait for it, millions of dollars. That's right, a single cent could potentially change your life forever. Sounds too good to be true. Well, stick around because today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny and why it might just be your ticket to an early retirement. Let's start with the basics. Most pennies from 1991 are worth, well, 1 cent. But here's the kicker, a small fraction of these pennies were minted without a mint mark. That means there's no little letter under the date indicating where the coin was made. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, but what makes these special is the potential error or rarity that collectors go absolutely bonkers for. And when collectors go bonkers, prices skyrocket. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A buddy of mine, let's call him Mike, found a jar of pennies while helping his grandma clean out her attic. In that jar, he spotted a 1991 penny that looked a little different. He didn't think much of it, but after a quick Google search and a chat with a coin appraiser, he discovered it was worth over $20,000. And guess what? That wasn't even the rarest one. Some of these pennies, in pristine condition, can fetch upwards of $1 million at auctions.so. What makes this penny so valuable? It's all about supply and demand. Rare errors or no mint mark coins in excellent condition are like finding a needle in a haystack. Collectors will pay a premium to own a piece of history. But, and this is a big but, condition matters. If your penny looks like it's been run over by a truck, don't expect to retire just yet. Look for coins that are shiny, uncirculated, and free of major scratches. Now, let's talk market value. As of right now, these coins are in high demand. Some collectors are willing to pay tens of thousands, and in rare cases, over $1 million for the right one. The key is getting it appraised by a reputable expert. You don't want to sell yourself short or fall for a scam. Oh, and speaking of scams, if someone offers you $50 for your 1991 no-mint mark penny, run. That's like selling a Ferrari for the price of a bicycle. Here's a quick tip for checking your coins. Grab a magnifying glass and inspect the date and area below it. No mint mark. Bingo. Then, look for any unique characteristics like doubling or unusual designs. And if you think you've hit the jackpot, don't clean it. Seriously, leave the dirt. Cleaning a rare coin can lower its value faster than you can say numismatics. Alright, folks, let's wrap this up. That humble penny sitting in your drawer could be worth a fortune. The 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is proof that big things come in small packages. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone hoping to strike gold, keep an eye out for these little treasures. Who knows? You might just end up with a story to tell and a bank account to match. Before you go digging through your couch cushions, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips and tricks to help you uncover coins worth serious cash. And hey, if you've got a lucky penny story, share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. Until next time, happy hunting and may your pennies always bring prosperity. You're digging through your couch cushions, looking for some loose change for a soda, and bam. You pull out an old penny. You're about to toss it back, but then you see it, 2009, no mint mark, Abraham Lincoln staring back at you like he's holding a secret. Well, guess what? He is. Because this little penny could be worth $1 million, that's right. A single 2009 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, could change your life. And today, we're breaking down why this coin is worth so much, how to check if you have one, and what to do if you strike it rich. So, stick around because you might just have a fortune sitting in your pocket. First, let's talk about what makes this penny so special. In 2009, the U.S. Mint released 4 different designs of the Lincoln penny to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Honest Abe's birth. Each design represented a different stage of his life, from a log cabin in Kentucky to his presidential days. But here's the kicker, some of these pennies were minted with serious errors, and collectors are going absolutely bonkers for them. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but what's the big deal about the no mint mark version? Well, let me tell you. Most pennies from this year were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But some missing mint mark coins have surfaced, and because they're so rare, they're commanding sky-high prices. I'm talking auction sales hitting millions. Imagine this. A guy in Texas found one of these bad boys in his change from a gas station. At first, he thought it was just another penny. But after doing a little research, boom, he cashed it in at an auction and walked away with life-changing money. Talk about hitting the jackpot with pocket change. So, how do you check if you have one of these rare coins? Simple. Grab your spare change and look for the 2009 penny. If it's got no mint mark and matches one of the rare error variations, you're in business. But hold up, don't go spending it just yet. Condition matters. If your penny looks like it's been through a garbage disposal, it might not fetch top dollar. But if it's in good shape, oh boy, you might be looking at a huge payday. Now, if you do find one, what's next? First, don't clean it. I repeat, do not scrub it, polish it, or try to make it look pretty. Collectors want them in their natural state, even if they look a little crusty. Second, get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. This is what separates a casual penny collector from someone making serious money. And finally, if it's the real deal, find a reputable auction house or online marketplace to sell it. You wouldn't want to trade $1 million penny for a $10 bill, right? So, there you have it, folks. That little 2009 no mint mark penny could be your golden ticket. Next time you get change at the store, don't just shove it in your pocket, check those coins. Who knows? You might be sitting on $1 million fortune without even realizing it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we're dropping more insider tips on valuable coins that could make you rich. And hey, let me know in the comments, what's the rarest coin you've ever found? Maybe your story will be the next one I share. Imagine this, you're digging through your old change, probably looking for enough quarters to buy a coffee, and bam. You spot a simple 1980 penny with no mint mark. Meh, just another penny, you think. Wrong. That tiny copper coin could be worth millions. Yes, you heard that right, millions. Now, before you start frantically dumping out your piggy bank, let me break it all down for you. What makes this unassuming 1980 Lincoln penny so valuable? And how can you tell if you've hit the jackpot? Stick around, because I've got the answers, and trust me, you won't want to miss this. Alright, let's talk about why this particular penny is making collectors lose their minds. First, what's the deal with the missing mint mark? Normally, pennies minted in 1980 should have a tiny letter below the date, D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But if yours has no mint mark, it likely came from the Philadelphia Mint. Now, here's where things get interesting. Some of these Philly pennies were struck with an ultra-rare error that makes them ridiculously valuable. Picture this, back in 1980, a mint worker probably had one job, to make sure all the dies were properly marked. But, oops. Someone missed one, and now we have these rare, no mint mark Lincoln pennies floating around. Just imagine that guy realizing his mistake 40 years later while watching a YouTube video about it. Wait. I did that? Now, let's get to the juicy part. How much are these bad boys worth? On the low end, a 1980 no mint mark penny in decent condition might sell for a few $100. But if you're lucky enough to have one in pristine, mint state condition, we're talking serious money. In fact, one of these rare pennies sold at auction for over $1 million. Yup, one little penny, worth more than a mansion, a luxury car, and probably all your student loans combined. So, how do you know if you've got a winning coin? Here's what to check: no mint mark under the date, obviously. Strong, crisp details, the sharper, the better. No major scratches or damage. Collectors love flawless coins. If your penny looks extra shiny, that's a good sign. High-grade versions are the real moneymakers now. I know what you're thinking, but I've had pennies forever. How do I know if I have one of these gems? Here's a quick tip: grab a magnifying glass and start checking. And if you think you've got something special, get it graded by a professional coin service. It could mean the difference between a few bucks and a life-changing fortune. Let me tell you about a guy I know. Let's call him Dave. Dave was cleaning out his car one day and found an old penny in the cup holder, probably wedged between some French fries and spare change. He almost tossed it, but something told him to check. Turns out, it was a rare no-mint mark penny. He sent it in for grading, and guess what? It sold for thousands of dollars. So next time you see a penny lying around, don't ignore it. It could be your ticket to a windfall. Alright, my fellow treasure hunters, now you know, that old penny in your pocket might be worth more than you ever imagined. So start checking your change, raid your couch cushions, and search those old piggy banks. Who knows? You could be sitting on $1 million fortune and not even know it. And hey, if you love learning about rare coins and how to turn pocket change into serious cash, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more money-making coin tips coming your way. Don't miss out, your next penny might just make you rich. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Alright, let's talk about one of the most unexpected $1 million jackpots in your pocket change, the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Yep, that little copper coin you probably tossed in your junk drawer could be worth a fortune. Imagine digging through your old change and suddenly realizing you're holding $1 million penny. That's like finding out your pet goldfish is actually a secret billionaire. Stick around, because today we're breaking down everything you need to know about this rare penny, how to spot it, and why collectors are willing to pay insane money for it. So, what makes this 1984 Lincoln penny so special? First off, let's talk about the missing mint mark. Normally, pennies have a small letter under the date, like a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But some 1984 pennies were struck without any mint mark at all. This happened due to a die error at the US Mint, and believe it or not, that tiny mistake has turned an ordinary coin into a treasure worth millions. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, cool, but how do I know if I have one? Great question. The first thing you want to do is grab a magnifying glass. No, seriously, go full-on detective mode. Look at the date. If there's no mint mark, you might be in luck. But that's not all. The most valuable version of this penny also has a double die obverse. That means if you look closely at Lincoln's face, his ear and some of the letters will appear doubled. It's like Lincoln's got an echo on his own coin, and here's where things get crazy. Some of these error pennies have sold at auctions for over $1 million. Imagine walking into an auction house with a penny and walking out a millionaire. That's the kind of plot twist we all need in life. Let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Dave, used to make fun of me for checking my coins all the time. Dude, it's just a penny, he'd say. Fast forward a few years, and guess what? Dave found an old penny in his dad's collection and nearly fainted when he realized it was a rare one worth thousands. Who's laughing now, Dave? Moral of the story: never underestimate a penny. Now, where can you sell it if you have one? Coin auctions, online marketplaces, and even major coin dealers are your best bet. But be careful. If you think you found a valuable coin, always get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. There are a lot of fakes out there, and the last thing you want is to get tricked into selling your treasure for pocket change. So, the next time you come across a penny, don't just toss it aside, give it a second look. You never know, it could be the key to $1 million payday. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins worth big money, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips and tricks coming your way, and you don't want to miss them. Who knows? The next video might just help you find your own hidden fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Have you ever checked your spare change and thought, it's just a penny? Well, what if I told you that one single penny, a 1988 D. Lincoln penny, could be worth millions of dollars? Yeah, you heard that right. So, before you toss that change jar aside, you might want to grab a magnifying glass, because today, we're diving into the mystery, rarity, and insane value of this tiny little coin. Now, before you start flipping over couches looking for pennies, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, my buddy Joe, who barely knows the difference between a quarter and a nickel, found a weird-looking penny while paying for his morning coffee. Instead of ignoring it, he tossed it into his glove compartment. Fast forward a few months, and after some digging, he discovered that the penny was worth thousands. But hold on, because the one we're talking about today, it makes Joe's penny look like pocket change. Let's get to the juicy part. What makes the 1988 D. Lincoln penny so special? It all comes down to a tiny mistake at the U.S. Mint. You see, some of these pennies were struck using the wrong die. Specifically, they were made with a transitional error where the design of the lettering on the reverse, that's the back of the coin, wasn't supposed to be there. Instead of the regular 1988 font, some pennies accidentally got the 1989 style lettering. That little goof-up turned this ordinary penny into a hidden treasure. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but how do I know if I have the golden ticket penny? Here's what you need to look for. First, check for the small D mint mark under the year 1988. That means it was minted in Denver. Next, flip the penny over and grab a magnifying glass. Look at the letters FG on the reverse. If it matches the 1989 design rather than the 1988 design, bingo. You just might have hit the jackpot. Well, get this, some of these pennies in top condition have sold for over $1 million at auctions. Even lower grade examples can sell for thousands. That's a whole lot of burgers and fries for a coin most people ignore. So, before you spend another penny, do yourself a favor and start checking your change. That 1988 D. Lincoln penny sitting in your pocket right now? It could be your ticket to early retirement. And if you do find one, don't just toss it in a drawer, get it authenticated by a professional grader and cash in. Now, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins that could make you rich, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more money-making coin secrets coming your way. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your change. Let's hear those treasure hunting stories. You're digging through your spare change, probably looking for a quarter to feed the parking meter. But instead, you pull out a penny. Not just any penny, it's a 2008 D. Abraham Lincoln penny. You think, just a penny, right? Wrong. Because this little copper beauty could be worth millions. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny that could buy you a mansion, a sports car, or enough tacos to last a lifetime. Stick around, because today we're talking about how this tiny coin can turn you into a millionaire overnight. Now, before you go flipping over your couch cushions looking for pennies, let's break it down. The 2008 D. Lincoln penny is nothing out of the ordinary at first glance. It's got Honest Abe chillin' on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Pretty standard, right? But here's where things get wild. Some of these pennies have rare errors, and collectors are going absolutely nuts over them. So what makes this penny so valuable? One word, minting errors. Some 2008 D. Lincoln pennies were struck with double dies, off-center strikes, or even missing details. And when coin collectors hear minting error, they hear cha-ching. Let me give you an example. A guy, let's call him Dave, was rolling pennies for fun. I know, Dave, what a hobby. He notices his 2008 D penny looks a little off, kind of like it had a rough day at the mint. Turns out, it had a double die error, and he ended up selling it for over $1 million at auction. Can you imagine? You go to buy a cup of coffee with a penny, and instead, you could buy the entire coffee shop. So how do you know if you've got one of these golden, or should I say copper, tickets? First, grab a magnifying glass. Check Lincoln's face, the date, and the lettering for any doubling or weird smudging. If anything looks off, congratulations, you might be looking at a retirement plan in the shape of a penny, and if you're wondering, okay, but where do I sell it? No worries, I got you. There are plenty of online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, or even local coin dealers who'd love to take a look. Just make sure you don't spend it by accident, because imagine explaining that one to your grandkids. So, next time you see a penny, don't just walk past it like it's worthless. Check that date, inspect it closely, and who knows, you might be sitting on a jackpot without even realizing it. And if you want more tips on spotting valuable coins and making serious money from your spare change, hit that subscribe button. I'll be dropping more secrets that could turn your pocket change into a fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Bam, you spot a regular-looking penny. But hold up. What if I told you that little piece of copper could be worth millions? Yep, that's right. Today, we're talking about the 2019 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, and how one of these bad boys could make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. But before you go flipping over every penny you own, let's break down what makes this coin so valuable. Trust me, you're gonna want to stick around for this one. First things first, what's the deal with this 2019 no-mint Mark penny? Well, in 2019, the US Mint released pennies from 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Denver pennies have a little D mint mark, San Francisco ones have an S, but Philadelphia? They keep it mysterious with nothing. No mint mark. Just a plain old penny. Now you might be thinking, wait, aren't there like billions of these floating around? And you're right. But here's the kicker, some of these pennies have rare minting errors, and that is what sends their value skyrocketing. Let me tell you a little story. A buddy of mine, let's call him Joe, is a total coin nerd. One day, he was at a gas station, paid for a drink, and got a handful of change back. He noticed one penny looked a little off. Turns out, it had a crazy error, a double die, meaning the design was stamped twice. Long story short, he got it graded, and boom. That 1-cent coin sold for thousands of dollars at auction. And that was just a minor error, so what should you be looking for? Here are the big money makers: double die errors. If Lincoln's face or the lettering on the coin looks slightly duplicated or blurry, you might be holding a jackpot. Some of these have sold for over $100,000 at auction. Off-center strikes. If the design is not centered on the coin, leaving a blank area, that's another major payday. Die cracks or cuds, these are raised bumps or lines caused by a damaged die. The more dramatic the error, the higher the value. Now, let's talk market value. While a regular 2019 no-mint Mark penny is still worth, well, 1 cent, rare error versions can be worth thousands, or even millions if you land an ultra-rare one in perfect condition. In fact, some auctions have seen insane bidding wars over these tiny copper discs. So, yeah, it's worth taking a closer look at your change. So, next time you're about to toss a penny aside, think twice. That little coin could be your ticket to early retirement. Imagine telling your boss, hey, I quit. Found a penny, and now I'm rich. But seriously, if you want to stay ahead in the coin game and never miss out on these money-making opportunities, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons of tips coming your way on rare coins that could be hiding right under your nose. And if you've ever found a valuable coin, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Who knows, maybe you're the next coin millionaire. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting.